What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000, back in the place to be. Welcome to the MMO Hopper. Today we're taking a look at Marvel Avengers Alliance 2, and right now this is like one of my favorite games to play. I'm a massive Marvel fanboy, so kind of take that with a grain of salt, but I am loving this game. If you're not familiar with what this title is, it is a turn-based RPG with Marvel characters. Now, why is it on the MMO Hopper? Well, obviously there's PvE. Obviously, you can upgrade your character, and I'll show you a little bit of that later on. There's PvP in the game, and then on a future update, they will be adding guilds, they will be adding raids, so that's just a matter of time. This game has only been out for about a month or so here in the US, so there's a really solid framework that this game has so far, and I'm really excited to see what they add in the future to this title. So let's just jump in. I'm gonna jump over to one of my story-based missions here and kind of show you my team. I got Moon Knight over here, he's a tank. I have Hawkeye. Hawkeye is free. Hawkeye is your main character. Hawkeye does all of the talking in the game, and I know what the developers or maybe the marketing team, I know they probably did. They thought, you know what, we gotta sell characters. Who can we give them for free that won't hurt our bottom line? And I'm sure they said, give them Hawkeye. Yeah, give them Hawkeye. So Hawkeye is your main character, air quotes, but you can get rid of him at any time, but he does a majority of the talking. So I have to take an ally to this fight here. So I'm gonna take Nova. As you can see, I have 3 people in the front, Hawkeye, Nova, and Moon Knight. These 2 are my characters and these are my backups. This is a player that's playing the game, so this is someone else's Nova. When you play the storyline missions, you always take someone else's character into battle with you. And this is actually a really cool feature because it allows you to see other characters that you may or may not know that you want to play. Nova being one of them. Nova is fantastic. Also have the original Thor here. I have Wasp, and then I have Gamora. So let's just get this on. This is a mobile game, so it does have a stamina system, but it's actually pretty fair. There's multiple modes in this game. There's a story mode that has its own stamina. There's PvP that has its own stamina. There are these things called scouting missions, which I'll go over very briefly in the end, that has its own stamina. And then there's a thing called Spec Ops. Once again, I'll kind of go over that a little bit later, that has its own stamina. So you have all of these different stamina that regenerates over time. So while you're playing story mode, all of the other modes are regenerating. So I haven't had a lot of problems playing this game and it being like, I'm out of stamina, this sucks, I can't do anything. I've usually gotten bored of the game before I've ran out of stamina, so keep that in mind. Alright, so into the combat. As you can see, turn-based RPG. Nova's starting the game off here. If you take a look at your top screen here, it lets you kind of know which characters are coming up next. The enemies right here in third, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, and Nova. I'm gonna start off, let's see. So I have an attack here that does more damage if he has a mental debuff, physical debuff. So let's just punch him in the face. Energized punch. And as you can see, the game is very, very well animated. This character right here is a bruiser. So my Moon Knight is a tank, so he is powerful against bruisers. So that should do a little extra damage, but not much because I am a tank. All right. I have this buff on my character right here called Protecting, so this character has to hit me. He can't hit my allies, so let's just go with Hawkeye, which is a basic shot to the face. Nothing too special there. All right. Now, this character, this enemy that I'm fighting right now has some debuffs on him. So this ability right here, Concentrated Energy, this attack deals 50% more damage if the target has a physical debuff. So that's what we're gonna do here. Boom, see ya later. And that's the first wave. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, so we got a bruiser and 2 universals here. So I'm gonna go for this guy. Let's get him off the map as soon as we possibly can. That's a ton of damage right here. Bleeding, wounded. I might even die here depending on how hard you hit me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please bleed. Alright, so Moon Knight's almost dead. But I can switch out to my reserve people at any time based on which character I'm on. So while Moon Knight is out, he's actually regenerating health. So I can bring him back in at a later time. Let's try to kill this guy here. Bum, bum, bum. Go ahead and take him out. Music is absolutely epic, by the way. Alright, so we have Thor here. Thor also has his own little mechanic as well. It's a thing called charge. So every time I hit with Thor, his charge meter builds up. And basically what happens is it's like a static shock. He builds up so much thunder that it just shoots out randomly. So very cool ability, which I'll hope I'll show you a little bit later. Nova does have a power meter, so the more I use his abilities, the more his power meter runs out. And there's abilities that basically allow you to gain your power back. But I should be fine for now. Alright. Alright, Hawkeye. And Hawkeye has a few different abilities. He has this thing, his passive is this trick arrow stuff. So all of his arrows kind of rotate RNG-like to do different things, but they don't really affect combat for me because I'm gonna use Hawkeye to kill things no matter what. So just because he has a certain arrow, it doesn't really affect me too much. I don't really look at that too much when I'm playing him. Alright, as you can see right here, Thor's charge meter is already maxed out, so when I hit this girl this time, he gets a free attack, a little bit of lightning to the face, very good. This guy has a debuff, so let's go ahead and finish him off with concentrated energy. Done and done, next wave. Alright, these knife guys are super annoying. Their bleeds are, like, terrible. Alright. Let's go ahead and hit him. Punch him in the face. Easy, easy. Nova is so strong. I really want a Nova on my team. Once again, Thor is a bruiser in this game, and this is like a speed character, so Thor is strong against him. Even though that doesn't look like a lot of damage, don't worry. He'll get there. Thor is all about that static shock ability, so that's where a lot of his damage comes from. Basically those free attacks. So Hawkeye's a little weak, so I'm going to go ahead and move out to... let's move to Wasp. Look at the animations. The presentation of this game is way better than it has any right to be. For a mobile game, this game is really well fleshed out. So I'm gonna go with, he's resistant to this attack. But one of my favorite attacks called Fist Bump. Watch this. Good old Wasp, did no damage, but really cool attack. I'm gonna have to get her out of here. All right, Thor once again, little static shock to your face. And that is an AoE static shock. Oh, freaking A. So when they die, obviously they're dead. So you really want to be careful about getting them out of combat before they die. That way you can have them regen some health up. But Nova will be able to finish this guy off with a little bit of concentrated energy. See you later. And that is it for that round. Let's do another mission here so I can show you a boss. You get a few items here, of course, and these items you use to upgrade your character. I add you to my friends list. So every time you play with somebody's character, you can add them to your friends list, and you can easily access their characters later. So final boss is Lizard in this one. Level 18, 2 stars. I have to bring Moon Knight, which is really good because I have a Moon Knight. So I can actually, let's see if we can find someone. We can bring Iron Fist. What level is he? 18. And he is Fist. So you want to bring, what counters Fist again? I can't remember. I think it's I can't remember. Oh, I can actually look at it real quick. So this will tell me who counters who. So tanks counter Fist. So I might want to bring a second tank to this fight. And this is me just kind of going through all of the characters that are available for me. But I'm probably going to go for Spider-Woman and see if I can beat it that way. I mean, Captain America is cool, but Captain America really doesn't have any abilities to really tank 3 waves. I know I'm just kind of rambling on right now, but whoever I pick is going to have a really big outcome on the fight. So I'm going to go with Spider-Woman. So we're going to go in here with Moon Knight, Hawkeye, Spider-Woman as the initial team. Got 3 waves. They're level 18, so this should be a pretty interesting fight here. All right. Spider-Woman is amazing, by the way. Oh, he doesn't have the ability that I like to use. Freaking A. And this is the kind of the con when you have to use other people's characters. The abilities that you see right here on the screen are only a fraction of the abilities that you can slot in on your character. So my Spider-Woman might use different abilities than your Spider-Woman. So, pretty awesome. So let's see what this does. I probably could have read it, but I just used it. Alright, this is going to be a little bit harder fight than I thought it was going to be. I thought he was using the OP Spider-Woman skill, but he's not. Alright, so Moon Knight has a passive as well, called Lunatic. It's RNG based just like Hawkeye, but this one is actually pretty good. So Defender aspect means when he's in this aspect right here, he will counterattack every attack. Watcher, when he does a range attack, he'll hit twice. Pathfinder, if he does a melee attack, he'll attack twice. And then Embracer, if he does no attacks, he will actually get life back. So you can kind of play with Moon Knight based off of what spec he's in. And it's actually pretty compelling. It is RNG, but it's worth putting up with. But I'm getting destroyed. Alright, let's start taking these guys out here. Let's go for A. Let's see if we can kill A before her turn comes up. Let's move Moon Knight out. Let's bring in Original Thor. I say Original Thor because there's lots of different Thors in this game. What does Spider's Bite do? This attack deals 50% damage if the target is wounded. It is not. Recovers health. And then this does extra damage for my next character. Alright, let's buff up Thor. Let's see if he can kill her. Probably not. Oh, nice! With the one-shot. My boy Thor. Original Thor. Look at the animations. Like, they did not have to do... I mean, for a mobile game, they went all out on this game. Now, keep in mind, this game is made by Marvel, not one of those millions of mobile companies out there. So that's probably has a lot to do with them trying to make this game as, you know, accurate as possible to Marvel. Alright. Let's kill the Bruiser here. Easy, easy. Okay. Alright, so Thor's Static Shock. It'll hit both of them. Might even kill her. Nope, not enough. Spider-Woman, just punch him in the face. And then I'm actually going to use this stun arrow right here, and what this will do is it'll knock her turn back. So I'm hoping I'll do enough damage here to allow Thor to finish him off. Nah, not enough. That could have saved me a little bit of damage there, but it's okay. Alright, now let's just punch him in the face. There we go. Alright, last wave. Here comes the boss. Hey, buddy. Now, it is a mobile game, and some of the texture work doesn't look super awesome up close, but like I said, really, really good presentation and really good animation. So I'm going to use Tracer Arrow right here, which is basically a Hunter's Mark. Puts a little debuff on him. Now this guy is Fist, so I need to bring in Moon Knight as soon as I can. We'll keep Thor out, and we'll switch out Hawkeye because he's probably about to die here. This guy's taking a ton. Okay. Let's get these debuffs on him. Nice stun, demoralize as well. That lowers his attack. I'm gonna switch out Hawkeye for Moon Knight. Put another debuff on him to kind of make it a little bit easier to shock him. Uh-oh. I don't like what he's doing here. Oh, he's gonna have some double turns here. I don't like it. Don't like it. I need to stun him. And as you can see right here, he's vulnerable, but I'm not in a good stance to really do a lot of damage to him. Oh, he's just gonna just counterattack. Look at that. Look at all that animation work that they did on that move. Very cool. Hey, we can do this little back and forth attack stuff here, buddy. All right. Man, whoever Spider-Woman this belongs to has a really terrible set of skills here. So let's switch out for Wasp. Wasp has a ton of debuffs and buffs for my team. So let's do that. So Pathfinder Spec, this will give me double hits in melee. There's one, there's two. I'm gonna have to bring Moon Knight back out again. All right, we're gonna use Drone Swarm, which is a debuff. weak and intimidated. Once again, that's a lot of attack speed and attack power. We gotta get Moon Knight out, please. Okay, good. He just buffed himself. All right, Moon Knight, you're out of here. Let's, Gamora is one of my weakest characters. That's why I'm kind of not bringing her in here. Let's bring Hawkeye back. He's full life again. And he has a stun. Let's buff up Hawkeye. Let's also buff him up again. Wasp has another buff that's an AoE. And then I'm just gonna stun him out of this mode. Will that work? I don't think that'll work. Let's see. Alright. He's gonna hit her back really hard, I bet. Oh, another stun. What's up, buddy? Getting stun locked here. Let's go for fist bump. I love this ability. Didn't do a lot of damage, but yeah, all those debuffs have made him really, really weak, but he's healing, so let's go ahead and put Trace Arrow back on him. Keep him debuffed as possible. I have so many debuffs on him. It's making this fight really easy. Punch him in the face, daze. This guy has so many debuffs on him. Alright. And let's just go for a standard sure shot. Alright, starting to whittle them down. Let's go for Bioenergy Blast, which is another cool ability. Look at this. I love the attacks in this game. Okay. Spider-Woman, yeah, you're fine. Let's go ahead and buff up Hawkeye again for his next attack. Bonus damage, crits, almost. His heal is really keeping him alive. I'm gonna switch to Gamora here. She has a stacking bleed, so that'll be very, very helpful. And she has some really cool animations as well. Get those bleeds stacked. Oh, with the one shot! Okay, see you later. She's my weakest character, so not really surprising. Let's bring Thor back in. Hopefully I can get another stun out. There we go. Move this turn back again. Hit him with the sure shots. Almost dead. And then finally, Thor for the win. GG. And that is Marvel Avenger Alliance 2. I love, love, love this game. And like I said, I love Marvel. Yeah, you can be my friend. I don't really like your Spider-Woman, but whatever. Like I said, I'm pretty biased when it comes to Marvel, but I'm also biased when it comes to turn-based RPGs. So this is like, this game is like a dream come true for me. The only con is that it's a mobile game, but it's a super fair mobile game so far. I've put in, I don't know how many hours. I'll kind of show you my progress so far. So in each story mode, there's a normal mode, there's a hard mode, and there's a heroic mode. And as you can see, like on this chapter right here with Dr. Octopus, I've done the normal and the hard to completion. Same thing with Rhino, Electro, Lizard, I just showed you, Green Goblin, Mysterio. Here on chapter 2, I've done all of the normal ones. And then here on chapter 3, I'm just getting started, so I've only done one here. And there are 4 chapters total. So I've been able to play quite a bit of gameplay. And each one of these story modes has about 8 to 10 stages per. So I've gotten a lot of hours of fun out of this game, and I haven't spent any money yet. Not even $1. Not even 99 cents. So that's one mode right there. So there's also, I'll show you the different modes here so you can kind of get an idea. So this is a mode called Scouting right here. You do this mode just to kind of grind materials, and this has its own little stamina bar right here. As you can see, it's this blue one right there. My general story mode stamina is this one right here, 25 out of 60. As you can see, it's ticking upwards. There's another mission called Spec Ops. Now these Spec Ops missions are actually very, very deep. Basically, they kind of follow along a story, just a specific story. So this one right here, Spec Ops 1, is all about Ant-Man. So you'll go through these missions and discover all kinds of, you know, Ant-Man's foes, and he has a lot of dialogue in it. None of it's spoken, but it's a pretty good story. I like these more than the overall story. But then you have the Civil War, obviously, with the movie out. There's another one, and this kind of follows Winter Soldier and Falcon. And you have to kind of pick sides with Iron Man and Captain America. It's actually a pretty hard one because if you pick, let's say, for example, you picked Captain America, all of Captain America's allies, wait, let me back that up. When you choose Captain America, you can only use Captain America's allies. If you choose Iron Man, you can only choose Iron Man's allies. So if you have like a real powerful character in your team that happens to be on the opposing side, it's a pretty tough mission. So this is a Civil War, and if you do all of the Spec Ops missions here, these two right here are called, these are, what are these called? Superior Power Cells. These carry new heroes. So this is 2 free heroes, 50 gold bars, which is the in-cash shop currency, which I have none of, but you get those for free just by defeating a Spec Op. And then once you get to the very end, you get Winter Soldier as a hero, and you also get Falcon as a hero as well. Same thing with Ant-Man. If you defeat this, you get Ant-Man at the end, 25 gold, a free hero, and then 2,000 of this currency right here, which I don't even know what it's called, ability points. You use that to obviously spec up abilities. So those are those right there. So I showed you scouting, which is for getting materials. Chapters is the storyline. Spec Ops are those special missions there. And then of course there's PvP, which again has its own special type of stamina as well. So there are so many different stamina bars, it's really kind of hard for you to sit down and knock it all out. So I think it's a very, very fair business model that they have right here. And I'm gonna do one PvP match just to kind of show you. Rank 25, baby. Let's get it on. Going against a Hawkeye, Iron Man, or Iron Man, Cage, and I don't know who this guy is. He's not a guy that I used to read in comic books when I was growing up. So who is this guy? Who are you? Who? Drax. Not a character I'm super familiar with, but let's see. So this is PvP. So obviously it's not real-time PvP, but you set up your characters, you spec them out with the abilities that you want them to have, and then the computer takes control of them. So now I have to somehow beat them. So I just want to see how much damage I would do to him. Not a lot. Alright, so let's try to kill Drax first. I might be able to do it. Nice! So Watcher, once again, a really good spec to be in. I get that double attack, but the con is Moon Knight goes into stealth, and this is my tank. So my other characters are very vulnerable here, but I'm going to do Drone Swarm. Go ahead and debuff them down. So they're a lot less strong. That ability right there is called Come At Me. So if I hit him, he'll hit me back. So we're going to ignore him. Vulnerable. Oh, Hawkeye. I'm sorry, buddy. You might get one-shotted with Fist Bump. You might get one-shotted, buddy. Oh, man. That's like one of my most powerful abilities. So let's ignore Mr. Luke Cage there for a little bit. Kill Hawkeye. I think your days are numbered here, buddy. So I'm going to do Fight or Flight, which is another debuff that Moon Knight has. Keeps him intimidated once again. And we'll go for Arrow here now. Probably going to get hit in the face. Look at that cool headbutt. Man, I love this game. Double attack with Watcher. Boom. GG. So keep in mind, I'm really low ranked. So don't think all the PvP matches will be that awesome. Oh, I'm rank 24, watch out, which is the second lowest rank in the game. So that's PvP. And if you do your PvP matches, you also get a little treasure chest once per day that gives you some real good goodies in there. So as you can see, if I win 2 more matches, I get a treasure chest. And right now there's a 22-day tournament going on to win Agent 13, which is another character. Speaking of characters, let's take a look at that. Actually, let's go look at the store first, because I know that's on a lot of people's minds when it comes to these mobile games. So the only thing that you can buy, you can buy power cells, which hold new heroes. And like I said, I did show you a few instances where you can actually get those heroes just by playing the game. But if you want more heroes, if you want to get more heroes that you don't have, you gotta shell out some money there. Power cells, this is like the currency for your character to kind of equip them with new abilities and rank them up. So most of your heroes will start off as a 1-star. So if you want to move them up to like a 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, you're going to need currency like this. But this all drops, and I have a ton of it. And I'll kind of show you that as well. Same difference here, but once again, you get these once per day for free, or once every 10 hours. In 35 minutes, I'll get another one of these for free. And then this is some power cells, which level up your character. You use this currency. I don't know what any of these currencies are called. I just use them. So silver, this currency drops in the game, and you can use these to level up your character. Right now, the game is really early, so this cash shop is very clunky. You can only buy them one at a time. As you can see, I have 40,000 in the currency department here, and these only cost 200. So it'll take a long time for me to get those. But that's the cash shop. It's actually pretty tame so far. I have not had to use it. I haven't felt the need to use it at all. But you know what? That might change in the future. But this is a game made by Marvel, and I said that before in the video. I want to reiterate that this is a Marvel game, so maybe the cash shop won't be as egregious as a lot of mobile games are. So far, it seems like they're in the right direction. So here's a list of all the characters that are in the game so far. Here's my lineup here. I have normal Thor, then I have Age of Ultron Thor, which are two different Thors right here. So right here, they took away a really good cash source from them. So this means that they're not going to sell you costumes. So each hero is its own costume, you know, in a sense. So that means any hero that you buy is only going to cost you 25 gold, as opposed to costumes, they could probably charge $10, $15 like they do in most games. So you got Black Widow, Captain America, you have Age of Ultron, Hawkeye. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can kind of see there's Hulk right there, Ant-Man, a bunch of different Captain Americas. There's Daredevil, there's Groot, Winter Soldier, War Machine, Vision, Star-Lord, Spider-Man. There's an Age of Ultron, Iron Man, Angela, Agent 13, Black Panther is really, really awesome character. There are some villains as well with Electro, Black Widow. Oh man, look at this lineup. Age of Ultron, Hulk, Iron Fist, who is fantastic. This guy has some really cool animations. I wish I could have showed you him. I already showed you Nova, Rocket Raccoon, She-Hulk, who is amazing. There's the standard Vision, and I already showed you Spider-Man. And this is just the beginning. This game has only been out for a little over a month. So there is a long way for this game to go. I'm looking forward to them adding guilds and raids and all that good stuff. So I give this game my stamp of approval. I know it's a mobile game, blah, blah, blah. I play it on my computer with an emulator called BlueStacks. So if you want to play it on your computer, it is a very good computer-based game. Obviously, it's a very good mobile game. One of the best mobile games I've ever played, period. So keep that in mind. My name is FG3000. Hope you enjoyed this look at Marvel Avengers Alliance 2. I'll see you next video. I don't know why the music stopped in the game here, but it did. Anyway, wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure my graphics are on max. Yeah, they are. Okay, graphics are on max. Anyway, guys, I'm out. If you want to add me as a friend, here's my information right there. Make sure you bring some powerful characters. I don't got time for any weak characters, okay? I need to be carried, all right? Anyway, guys, I'm out, and I'll see you next video. Later. Hold up. I lied. I already did the outro. I already got something to eat, and I completely forgot about showing you the skills of a character. So let's go with Moon Knight, who is one of my main characters right here. And I'll kind of show you, when you start the game, like I told you earlier, you do get Hawkeye for free. I believe everyone gets Wasp, but I could be wrong. And then you get one randomized character. My one randomized character was Moon Knight. After you play the game for a few days, you get Thor. You get an Avenger for free. So it could be Thor, it could be Hulk, it could be Iron Man. Any of the Avengers you get for free after you've played for a few days. And as you can see, he's a 3-star. Gamora I got as a drop during the story mode. Captain America I got for free during the Civil War promotion. And then, of course, Age of Ultron Thor I also got as a drop. So you can get the heroes in game pretty easily as well. So the reason why I restarted this video is I kind of wanted to show you the ability system here in the game. So let's go to abilities. All this other stuff is not really important for the sake of this video, but here are my abilities right here. So I can actually take out this melee move right here and swap it out with a different one here. So I have a Lunar Legionnaire, which is a different move. I can change it to a jump kick, which I haven't discovered just yet. I have another, look at all, these are all the moves that I can slot in those abilities. So I can basically switch that around. I don't have those, switch that there, and then I can put, you know, whatever. I can put all these abilities right here and dramatically change how this character plays. So everyone is gonna play it a little bit different. So my Moon Knight might not have the same abilities as your Moon Knight, and we can take it a step further by going into equipment. So equipment is basically ISOs, is what they're called in game. So you can equip your character with different types of crystals, which give them different abilities. So as you can see right here, if I equip these two types of crystals, I get a 20% chance to reduce debuffs, and also get a plus 68 in defense, as well as some other stats. This green crystal right here, my attacks can hit stealthy characters, which is a really handy ability to have. Also, green crystals give me health. Let's show you some other ones here. Red crystals are more like attack crystals, so I can do this set instead, take 50% less damage from attacks while above 90% health. That gives me attacks. So I can kind of customize my Moon Knight to be completely different than anybody else. So when you go against me playing PvP, you don't really know exactly what type of character that I built. I might build a Moon Knight that's really, really tanky, that's my main tank, or I might build a Moon Knight that's all about counterattacks, or all about resist, or all about like hitting your, I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do with this system. So you combine this system right here with the, I don't want to do this. No, don't save this, please. If I do this, let me just jump out of here. Hopefully none of that's saved. So there's a lot that you can do with this system to make your characters completely different than other people's characters, and to make PvP really, really, like, you don't know what you're going to go up against in PvP. You never know how someone built their character, and kind of how I showed you when we were playing the story mode. When that guy Spider-Woman didn't have an ability that I thought she would have, I'm like, oh my god, I need that ability. It's great. So definitely keep that in mind. Captain America has a really cool set of abilities. He is a tank, but he doesn't have a lot of abilities to taunt. But he has a lot of abilities that if he gets hit, he destroys you. So Captain America is actually pretty cool there. I just haven't really been using him. He's one of my lower level characters. But anyway, I think that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. I showed you all of the different modes. I showed you that the stamina system in this game is actually super fair, and I don't think you'll have a problem with it. I've told you that I haven't spent any money in this game, but I might in the future, depending on what the updates look like. The game is worth it, so I wouldn't feel bad throwing it a few bucks. Does not look like it's pay to win. There's really not a lot to buy in the cash shop right now. So yeah, I think that sums it all up. I'm done. I'm not going to redo the outro. I'll see you next video. Later.